Hello everybody and welcome to Exponent Rules. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying exponents. So let's start with a question. So if we have 3 to the second power multiplied by 3 to the third power, how are we going to go about and solve this? So two ways that we can think about this. First, we could solve each part here. We could start by solving each part here. So if we look at 3 squared, that's like saying 3 times 3. 3 times 3, easy math, gives us 9. For 3 to the third power, also like saying 3 cubed. 3 times 3, which is 9. We times it by one more 3, that gives us 27. Now we multiply these together. If you were to use your calculator, that is going to equal 243. That's one way to think about it. However, when we get bases with larger exponents, so remembering that the base is the 3, exponent is our power here, there's going to be a different way that we can do it that might be a little simpler. So when we talk about 3 squared and 3 cubed, what are we actually saying? So remembering that exponents is repeated multiplication. So 3 squared is just like saying 3 times 3. And we are timesing that 3 cubed, which would be 3 times 3 times 3. So if we remove the brackets, what we're really saying is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So we've seen questions like this before, right? So we count up our 3's here. There's a total of 5. So we can say this is equal to 3 to the 5th power. Again, if we were to use our calculator to solve this, type in 3 to the 5th power, we're going to find that it is 243, which is the same answer we got before. So let's look at another problem. Let's do one more. So let's say we have, let's do 5 cubed, or 5 to the third power, multiplied by 5 to the 5th. So again, remembering that exponents are repeated multiplication. So we've got 5 times 5 times 5. I'm going to multiply that. I'm going to put this part down here. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count up my 5's. I've got 5 down here, 3 up there, that's 8. Write this as 5 to the 8th. Pretty big number. We're going to want to use a calculator to compute that. So the main takeaway here is that when we are multiplying two exponents, so it doesn't have to, we don't even have to use a number. We can use, so variable, sometimes we'll see the letter a, or even sometimes an x. So if we have a to the second, so bear with me here, I know it's going to be a little confusing. We multiply it by a to the third. If we are multiplying two numbers that each have an exponent, so if we are multiplying two exponents together, we add them. So this would really be like saying a 2 plus 3, which equals a to the 5th. So that was maybe a bit more similar to our first example. Our second example here, where we had 3 and 5, would be just like saying 3 plus 5 here. Alrighty, thank you. Hope that helped.